Here's a list of everything that you're gonna need to reinstall your wig every day. I am very much a beginner, so this is just how I have found success in installing my wigs so far. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is get my edges slicked back so that I can put on my wig cap. I'm gonna be using this Murray's Edge Wax, and I just take this and just put it all over my edges, and then I'm gonna brush it back with a comb. Now once I have that all on my edges, I'm just gonna take an edge brush and just smooth it back, just to make sure that when I use my glueless adhesive, my hair doesn't get in the way. Then I'm gonna take my HD wig cap, put it on my head like this, and then I bring it back so that it's right behind my hairline. When I actually put on the wig, sometimes I have to readjust it, but this is where I want the wig to be because I don't like doing the ball cap just for my everyday wigs. So just gonna do that and press it in. Okay, so this is the wig that I've been wearing the past 3 weeks. It is an HD lace wig, and if you're a beginner like me, you want the HD lace. I don't know if you can tell, but the HD lace should be kind of fraying at the top when you see it, and then when you put it on your skin, it just kind of melts like that. You don't see it. You don't necessarily need a whole lot of makeup because the makeup I found, the more you use, the worse the install looks, in my opinion. So I just sourced this wig and customized it myself just by watching different YouTube videos. So I'm just gonna put this on. And flip it back like that. Okay. All right, let me zoom in. And I actually washed the lace last night. So what I normally do is, if I don't wash the whole wig, every week I will at least make sure the lace is pretty clean. I missed a spot right here, but it's okay. I make sure the lace is pretty clean, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get my part together so that when I install it, it's kinda in the style that I want. I've been doing a side part, like a C-curved part. So yeah, kind of need my daughter to help me with this. I think that looks pretty good. That's gonna be kind of how it looks when I install it. Okay. Yeah, I see that. So it's not really glueless because otherwise, see that? So I might have to get a smaller one, or I don't know how to make it glueless. All right, so that's how it's gonna end up looking. So before I adhere it down, I'm gonna plug in my hot comb. All right, and then I'm gonna brush the hairs out of the lace so that none of them get stuck. I'm gonna try to adhere it down. Then I'm gonna take these clips and clip that hair out of the way. So I'm gonna clip those out of the way so they don't get in my adhesive. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, I'm looking at this and I've got a couple of like little flyaway strands here. So I'm gonna try to cut those off before I lay this down because they'll just get in the way of the install. Just very carefully, just trying to get rid of those extra frays, and that's how you know it's HD lace. The negative with the HD lace is because of that, it doesn't last as long as like the transparent lace, but if you're a beginner like me, it blends a lot easier, so it's just a trade-off you're gonna have to accept. So now, I'm gonna take a cotton pad, just like this, and I'm gonna take some sea breeze. I've already done my skincare today, so I'm just gonna wipe the perimeter of my forehead where the lace adhesive is gonna go, just to make sure that it's clean, and it'll help the glue stick a little bit better. So now that I've done that, today I'm gonna be using Erica J's Glueless Grip Holding Spray. It looks like this. I like this a lot because it helps. It doesn't really get that white cast as much when I use this one. So this one has been working the best for me so far. I will also use this Kiss Lace Bond spray sometimes. This Kiss one is a little thick, so I don't use this as much anymore. I may go back to it, but this is what I'm gonna be using today. All right, and so what I do is wherever my lace is gonna go, I'll kind of put my finger above. It's a little bit runny and I don't like it dripping down my face, because then when I put my makeup on, it'll mix and it'll get like this. I don't know, I don't like how it looks, but anyway. I'm going to just put my finger here and spray just one layer. Yep, on my forehead where the lace is gonna go, just like that. And you see how some of it got a little extra. I'll take that cotton pad with the sea breeze and just clean up the area of my forehead where the lace is not gonna go, so that when I put my makeup on, it's not gonna be that noticeable. And then once that's cleaned up, I'm gonna take my blow dryer. This is my Dyson that I've had for a couple of years, on a cool setting. I always use cool. I'm just gonna dry it just enough, just a little bit, so that it's sticky to the touch. Woo. Yep, 2 seconds, really quick. All right, and then once that's sticky, I'm going to bring down the lace right in front of it and start laying it down. This is a 6x6 closure, so it takes a little bit of kind of section. So I'm just gonna start over here and I'll lay that down, come to the middle. And when you're doing this, you want to make sure that there's no like rippling in the lace. Yep, just like that. I'm just gonna press it in with my comb. Sometimes I like to, okay, see that one's coming up a little bit. So that means I did not have enough glue right there. So I'm just going to take my spray on the back of my comb and put it kind of underneath there, like that. Yep. Probably should have done 2 layers, but that's okay. I'm just gonna press it really good and use my blow dryer again to make sure that it's laid down. At this point, I'm just spraying like the edge of my comb because I don't want too much of the I don't want to spray it directly on my head because then it's going to be messy and have that little white cast looking thing. And I don't like that. So I'll just spray the back of my comb and hit the areas that I missed, trying to keep as much of the hairs out of the way because I don't want the hairs to be, you know, hard. And again, have to kind of concentrate. Yep, just like that. So I'll just spray it down, touch it down. I'm still gonna tie it down too, so I'm just trying to make sure. Then take my hairdryer again. Do it. Okay. Yep, just like that. And then I'm going to hit it with the air one more time. For me, the key is to use as little product as possible to keep it from being messy. Okay, so at this point, once I'm good with how everything is laying down, I try to remove the hair that I don't want to be tied down. There's still a little lifting there, but that's okay. I'm gonna just spray it because we're still gonna tie it down and it'll lay flat. So I'll just do that. The key is to use as little product as possible. And yes, some days I don't use enough. It probably would have been better, but I'd rather use too little than too much, because if it's too little, I can usually finesse the hair to cover if it's lifting a little bit on certain sides. So yeah. So we got that. All right. So that's kind of what it's looking like right now. And that's before we melt the lace. And actually, I'm gonna do that a little bit right now. So I'm gonna use my masterpiece. Instead of going directly on, spraying it directly on the hairline, I just spray it on the back of my comb. You see that? Kind of helps that blend a little bit better. There we go. Yep. So now what I'm gonna do is take the hair, take the clips out, clip this all the way up. Since I used that melting spray, I'm gonna put this on top, and this just helps prevent the white cast. So this is just a regular wax strip. So put this on, and then I'm gonna put, all right, then I'm gonna use this melting band. I have a thinner one, but I can't find it right now. I have a thin one that's about this thick that I just got off of Amazon. But since I can't find that, we're just gonna use this. And I'm just gonna tie this down. That's where we're at now. And at this point in my everyday process, I will let this sit and finish my makeup. So I'm gonna finish my makeup and then I'll come back and we'll finish up the hair for the day. So now, just quickly, this is just for every day. I'm not going anywhere but work, so just like for it to look nice. So I just use my wax stick and press out the top so that it can be as flat as possible. And I'll do it again once I take the band off. This is gonna be super quick. Yep, just like that. Yep. There we go. Ideally, you want to do this the night before and not the day of, because it does take extra time in the morning, but it's not too bad. I'm not gonna curl my hair or anything. I'm just gonna try to straighten out the parts that look bumpy with a flat iron. Yeah. The wax stick that I'm using is by Erica J as well. I believe she has like a kit that has everything in it. I'm just gonna hit my hair. Hit it with a flat iron. Just a little teeny tiny bump. My hair is still a little wet, so it's not gonna bump all that great. And that's okay, I don't have any meetings or anything this morning. So that looks pretty good for me for going to work. So now I'm gonna go throw my clothes on and then we will finish. Got my clothes on, so let's go ahead and take off this band. There we go. Not too bad. Snow White. Another trick is just to make sure that when you're putting the band on, you don't want it to be super wet, because if it's wet, you'll get that white cast. But this looks pretty good to me. It's a little red because it was a bit tight, but we are about to fix that and then get out the door. Okay, so I don't mind that it looks like that, so I'm just gonna take my comb and try to loosen it up as the best I can without lifting the lace. Just like that. And actually, I'm kind of okay with that. So then I just take my foundation brush that I use for my makeup and I just lightly come in here and tap it. As long as you're not all up on my head, it looks pretty good. See my cap, we're about to fix that with some concealer. We go. I'll also take whatever is left on my bronzing brush and do like this. All right. Yep. Get the hairs out the way. And I just make sure my hair is falling the way I want it to fall. Yep, just like this. Yep, that looks pretty good. I could put some more layers here. I may do that later. Concealer brush and concealer. Today I'm using this NARS. I haven't really found a great color, but I just come in here and then put it in. Oh, that actually looks pretty good. Put it in the part. I could probably use a better brush to make it more precise, but I ain't got time for that today. We're just gonna roll with it. Sometimes I'll also use hairspray for the flyaways. Yeah, I could definitely use some more layers in the front of this, but again, this is my everyday. Okay. Yep. And then I'm just gonna bump the ends in a long time. And that's it, everybody. This actually turned out better than I thought it would. I ain't gonna lie, this turns out pretty good. A close up of how it's looking. Very pretty natural. Great for every day. Not a professional, but this is what has been working for me for the most part. So thank you so much for joining and watching the video. If you'd like to see more content about hair, makeup, lifestyle, definitely subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.